Cotter broke ground as the first comedian to reach the finals of America's Got Talent, but a dog trick act won.
The show still changed his career. It's how many of us first got to know him. What's exciting? Tom's brought his high-energy, rapid-fire style of comedy to Omaha.
And Tom is here. Tom, sorry to bring up that dog act.
Is that how you're going to start this off with the dog thing?
Welcome.
Yeah. What happened there? I mean, I remember that season.
I lost to non-humans. I came in second to creatures that had no idea they were even in a competition.
Right.
Butt sniffers, toilet drinkers took home the big prize. And not only did they win the entire $1 million prize, they can lick themselves. So they win on many levels.
But you still broke ground.
Yeah, I did.
You did better than any comedian ever had.
Look at you guys, the glass is half full with you. That's very nice.
It changed your career,
I'm still bitter. No, I'm not. It's all right. Yeah, it was great.
You've been doing comedy for a long time, but I'll tell you, I didn't know about you until that show, and I watched the show because of you. I really enjoyed your stuff.
You have impeccable taste in comedy. Thank you very much.
And you have impeccable taste in clothing.
Thank you. It's a little much.
Is that velvet?
Can we talk
and
about
I got to get it back to
jacket?
Richard Simmons by noon, so I got to hurry this up. No,
it's very nice.
Yeah, I actually wore this on America's Got Talent during this. My lucky jacket.
I hope you can tell from home what a nice jacket that is.
It's hard to tell, but
it's not regular.
It's velvet.
I had it made in Hong Kong.
You?
I really did.
Did you? Yeah. You had it made?
I did.
You're at that level now where you're getting your jackets made out of the country.
It's cheap in Hong Kong. It's like $60, and it's made perfectly for your body. And I have a weird body. I make cookies in a hollow tree. I'm short, and I have a fat neck, and you know, I'm a troll.
You grew up the youngest of 6, right? Big family.
Yeah.
Did that affect? Do you think what you ultimately chose to do as a profession? Were you always trying to cut up and carry on?
My wife is also a stand-up comic, and she's the youngest in her family. And I haven't done the official study, but most comics that I know are the youngest in their family. And the theory is you have to act out to get attention, so you'll do anything. Right. And so that's when you're the youngest of 6 kids, you're not just fighting for the good food on the table, you're fighting for attention from your parents because they're like, been there, done that. And I was a mistake anyway, you know. My middle name is
No, you were.
So yeah, so I did anything I could
your
to get.
parents are professionals. It's not like you grew up. Yeah.
My parents are all right. My dad's a doctor, a retired neurosurgeon, retired, the operator. We won't even let him carve the Thanksgiving turkey anymore. But he was a brilliant surgeon at the time. And
he had to be thrilled that you went into comedy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was, wasn't he?
He put 6 kids through private school and college, and when his youngest decided to tell jokes in basements, I'm sure he was not thrilled.
Worked out well.
But your wife tells jokes too. So how did the two of you meet?
Is there a good story?
Yeah,
just we're the workplace roommates.
Show together?
We were working in Boston. We were both Boston comics, and we got together. And she went further than I did on Last Comic Standing. And don't think I don't hear about that every time we have an argument. But then I got AGT, and so we had little battles over who's funnier all the time. And
do you have kiddos?
We do. We have 3 that we know of, and we're very happy. We're blessed. We have.
Do they
twins.
think you're funny?
They used to think I was a rodeo clown. Honest to God, they had no idea what I did for a living. And then on AGT, it was filmed in New York, and we live in New York, so they got to go. They were filmed every week. You know, they were on the show. So suddenly, not only did they know what I did for a living, they got to be kind of the big cheese at school during all that.
They
so
were
it was
cool.
kind of
They were the
yeah,
cool
they
kids.
liked you then.
Hey, what's it like? Because you're gone a lot of the time. How do you balance that with young kids?
That's a good question. We do 2 weeks of the month. We try to do. I'm away for 2 weeks out of the month, and then I'm home for 2 weeks out of the month. And when I say home, I'm in New York, which is the tri-state area, and there's tons of work right in New York. So I'm trying not to be on the road too much. And she's the same. My wife, like many women, put her career a little bit on the back burner to raise our kids. So she works wherever she can get to within striking distance of our home without being away from the kids too long.
Do you have a nanny? How does it? Do you have
we
a
have
family
people that
that
help.
helps
Yeah,
out,
we have. We don't have family. My family's from New England. We're all.
Well, I'm just curious because I have
feel
kids.
like you're asking such deeply personal
Well,
questions.
you know.
Like,
you can't get too
It's the
personal. I
first
lost
time
to a
we
dog
met. I gotta
act.
get
What are you
these
going to do?
questions out
You
of the
can't
way.
hurt my feelings.
This is your first time at the Funny Bone.
It is.
You're in Omaha. I know you've done a couple of corporate gigs here, but for
a
like
couple of colleges.
regular folks to be able to see you, this is our first crack at it.
This is my first time. And it's great. It's a great club. The Funny Bone is a legend. It's been there 25 years or something. It's a great club. So.
Yeah. What is your show? What is it like, so our viewers know what to expect out of
Well,
you this weekend?
you should know that I do a lot of one-liners, mostly cocaine, so I talk fast. These are jokes. These are jokes.
Jokes, people.
But I do throw a lot of. I put 2 hours of material into an hour And so you really have to pay attention. You got to stay on your toes like a toddler at a urinal. And there's a quiz at the end, so you have to really pay attention. And I promise that people will laugh. If they follow you home and tickle you, you're going to laugh. That's my promise to you. And you'll have a lot of fun.
Is it like what we would see on, because when you're doing a reality show, your jokes have to be geared toward network television. You're trying to push it, but not so much that it's inappropriate.
Yeah, and America's Got Talent, you only get 90 seconds. That's the other thing. So, you know, my act is perfect for that because, again, I do a lot of one-liners and I can cram a lot of punchlines into 90 seconds, whereas my wife, God bless her, it takes her 5 minutes to say hello to the audience, you know. She tells long stories, and so it's not perfect for her. But, yeah, so I just kind of rapid-fire ADD comedy, and if you didn't get the last joke, it's too late. I'm already into the next joke. So
maybe then you got another chance.
Yeah,
I got to be on your toes one, like a little kid.
You're
at a
still
urinal.
chewing on
well,
that.
Nice. It's funny because I envision it with my kid. I take him into the bathroom at the restaurants, and he always wants to use the urinal.
Yeah.
And so you got to hold him up, and it's a whole situation.
Are you picking him up by the arms?
Well, no, I try to pick him up like this and lean him, and tilt him forward.
Which is awkward because your kid's 17, but it's no.
It is weird.
Yeah.
Even Colleen thought that was funny over there.
We've had that issue before. My kids, they want to be a big boy, so they want to use the urinal because that's what the big boys do, and so you have to. My wife does a whole routine in her act about how she has to take 3 boys into the women's room because she doesn't want the boys to go into the men's room. They're not old enough to go alone, and it's always, you know, it's like.
Well, when they go in the men's room, they're touching things, and things are just dirtier in the men's room. I tell the kid, don't touch that, don't touch that, and they're reaching up and touching everything. You know what I'm talking about.
With the twins, my wife used to say, just stand there and make an X. And they knew that they had to make an X with their stream, and that got their focus, and they weren't touching stuff.
It's just about focus.
Yeah, it's all about focus
It
and
is.
men in the men's room.
If you would like to see Tom, you've got 4 opportunities between tonight and Sunday to do it. So 2 shows tonight, 1 tomorrow, 1 Sunday. Tickets are available through funnyboneomaha.com, but the number on the screen, you can also get tickets through that. Tom Cotter, great to have you on the Morning
Hey,
Blitz.
thanks for having me, guys. I really
great
appreciate
to meet
it.
you.
Great to meet you guys.
I appreciate your
Great to meet
time.
you.
All right. Monday, we're going to welcome a Nickelodeon star. Hope you'll stay tuned to see who that is.
Yeah, Fremont's represented in our picture of the day. That's coming up after the break. Thanks, Tom.